Hey everybody, Leo here. Just wanted to talk a little bit about a few of these Shimano reels. Get some input from some of the serious guys, not just the kids goofing around. My reel's better than yours, or you should have bought a Daiwa, or you should have bought a pin, or this or that. Because the truth is, I have Daiwas, and I have pins, and I have Lew's, and I have one Mitchell, one Browning. I have a bunch of different reels. I'm not gonna sit here and say one reel's better than the other. This reel's junk. This brand's crap or whatever, but I just want to get down to something serious here, okay? So if you have somewhat of intelligence, please reply and help me out. If you don't know, then just, I'd rather you not say anything. All these silly memes and all these people putting on there, oh, you should have bought Daiwa with smiley faces and crying and stuff. That's more silly than anything when you're dealing on a professional level of reels. But here's what's going on. I love Shimano lineup. I've been buying it. They've been successful. I've had everything. From the Sedona all the way up Stratix to obviously Sustain, Twin Power, Stella. And I just took these three out just to talk a little bit about what my concerns are, and also talk a little bit about some of the questions that I have. I'll start off by saying most of the fishing I do is straight off the beach, using a jig for jacks and pompano, catch some ladyfish if I want to use them as bait and such other stuff. So basically small game. When I'm out on my kayak, I will still take these reels and I'll pair them with different rods and different leader strengths and what have you. And sometimes I'll jig off of the kayak, or I'll cast in the flats for reds or snooks, or every once in a while I'll go over to Apollo Beach, and that's where you get the big jacks. That's where you could really put one of these reels to work. But let's just get straight to the point. I just wanted you to have a little bit of idea of what I use these reels for and what their common daily usage is, basically. So starting off with the Sustain, great reel. I absolutely love it. For years I wanted a Sustain. I always use the Pin Conflicts, great reel. The Pin Spin Fisher, great wheel. The Daiwa, what model did I have? I started with a Laguna, a cheap one, and it was fine. Had the Exige, it was fine. But then I moved up to Sustain, and world changed. Just the smoothness of it, the nice drag, the quick fire drag system that they built into it, the X-Ship technology, which I think most of all their reels now has that, but I'm not 100% sure. I have absolutely nothing negative at all to say about the Sustain. Nothing. Great line capacity, holds up well. I've dunked them in salt water, rinsed them off. I've used them on big snooks, redfish. I even throw on a little piece of steel leader off the beach on little rods for the little baby black tips and the little spinners. Still never had a problem. Never even ate the drag gears out of it yet. Great reel for the price. 300 something bucks, can't beat it. I'm gonna take that one out of the picture. Twin Power. Twin Power is still a new reel to me. Absolutely love it. I think it's a gorgeous reel. A lot of people like it because of the drag specs. To me, drag specs don't really mean a whole lot, because when you pair it onto, let's say, your average 7-foot rod, someone try jacking down 25 pounds of drag onto a 7-foot rod or whatever. Either the rod's going to break, the line's going to break, or it's gonna bottle rocket right out of your hand. Do yourself a favor before you start speaking drag numbers and everything. Take your reel, put it on a rod, a 7-foot rod, a 6'6", a 7'6", and then tie it to a drag scale and try pulling 19, 20, 21 pounds of true drag. Actually learn your drag. But anyways, this isn't a negative post about drag. The reel's got a lot of drag. Yes, that's a benefit to it. It's a gorgeous looking reel. The reason why I got it, I just want to try something different. I like the retrieve on it. I like the line capacity on it. And it being the new design, on the market with the large handle on it too, I figured, wow, this would probably really be an awesome workhorse with good Shimano built quality behind it, so I figured I'd give that a shot. So I'm still, again, new with it, not 100% familiar with it. I have nothing negatives to say about this reel at all. And I think this is a 5,000 size, SW5000. It is the Japan model SWB XG, which the XG is the fast retrieve. And I have it paired up with 15-pound J braid, Daiwa J braid, great braid, love that braid, but this isn't about braid. So let's just go ahead and go past that reel. The Stella, the bag boy, the flagship. Shimano's ultimate superior reel that they have above everything else. Well, at least here in the States. I went on their websites. They have reels that I've never even heard of, and I don't know much about them. The reason why I got this reel, more or less, is to try the bad boy, their flagship. Just see what it's really all about. See if it's what everybody makes it out to be. Here's really what this video is about. It's about this Stella, and this one particularly. Not all the other Stellas out there, but this one that I actually own. I'm going to start off with, I ordered this because of the 4000 size. They don't make this size in the US. That is the SWB XG. Yes, before you guys correct me, they make the 4000 size Stella in America. Yes, they make the 2500 size Stella in America, but it's not the SWB XG. Okay, try finding this. Sorry about that. My dog's hacking if you just heard something weird. Stella SW4000 XGB. Okay. Here's the problem. I ordered this reel from Japan Tackle Online. There's a couple guys on Facebook that are serious anglers. I won't mention their names, they're friends, and that they said, yes, Japan Tackle Online is a great place to buy for. They are legit. They're not fake reels. They're not some Chinese crap or whatever. And I did a lot of review on them before I spent the money that I spent on this reel. I even called Shimano and spoke with them. Or I spoke with one of the guys. The problem is that they informed me that if I needed parts or replacements for it, that I'm basically crap out of luck because it's not a US model and it's not sold in the US. I said, the hell with spending $1,000-something on a 4000 size US model. I'll just go ahead and cheap out, which is my fault, and spend the $680 on the Japan model. What could go wrong? Well, I get the reel, I take it out of the box. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's sexy, it's everything I was hoping for. I was excited. I wanted to take it out. I couldn't sleep, so I started taking it out. I paired it up. Its first rod that it sat on was a Star rod, 7-foot Stellar Light. So not their low-end model, but not their super high-end model. 7-foot, rated 8 to 12. All I was going to throw was white DOAs off of it with a 1/4-ounce jig head. Don't need anything heavier than that. I noticed that it wasn't super smooth, like some of the other Stellas that I have played with. So I started spinning it and spinning it. I went online. They said the more you spin it, the more it's going to open up because the 4000 size, all the parts are so close working together on the Stellas and that they pack them so tight to make them water sealed as they claim that it's going to take a break-in process or a period. A lot of guys say they just get the reel, sit in front of the TV and spin it, and then the next couple times they take it out and do the trips, they notice that it smooths out. That's not so much the problem about the smoothness. The problem is it sounded like the line was bad when I was using on it. It was doing almost a little bit of like a thrash noise. So I called my friend and I told him, I said, listen, I think there's something wrong with my Stella. This is what it is. He said, give it some time, let it break in, see what it does after that. So I changed the braid out and I thought, well, it could be the braid. Actually, before I changed it out, I cut about 30 yards back. And nothing. So I changed the braid out, still same sound. So then I thought, well, maybe the way the line from the spool is coming to the first eye on that rod, it just doesn't pair up well. And when I'm retrieving my line back, maybe that's what's causing the noise. So I tried different rods. That still didn't help. I took the spool off. Everything appeared to be greased and properly oiled. Didn't take it apart too extensively. But there is, on the Stella, kind of like the older white Stratix. Where is that booger? See if I can point it out. There is, right there, a little oiler spot. So I put some oil in it, because like the old white Stratix, I don't remember what models they were. I think they were the FJ. They were known for that bearing inside to go out, and every time you turn the handle, it'd make like a noise. So I thought, well, that's probably what it is. I then called Shimano and explained that, okay, I have this Stella, it is what it is, blah, 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 blah. They said it would be probably $30 to $40 for them to replace the part that it might need. They didn't state anything about that's common on this Stella or for the Japanese models or for the 4000 sizes. I did read that online, though, that it is common. They also said because it's a Japan model, that it's probably going to take anywhere from a month to 2 months before they get the parts and replace them if they can even get the parts. Again, I knew this before I ordered it. It's my fault. Again, I want to cheap out. And it's not so much about the cheaping out part. It's the fact that I just wanted the Japan model, the JDM model. I thought I would be different, and it would be awesome to have something different than the other guys that are using the Stellars here in the US. Now, the difference between Japan Shimano and USA Shimano, I have no idea. Shimano is Shimano. Toyota is Toyota. Whether your Toyota is manufactured in Mexico, or if it's manufactured in Japan, or if it's manufactured in the United States, when you pop the hood and you have a 4-cylinder and it's a VVTi, it's the same motor. Now, they might put the parts in a little bit differently, but it's still a Toyota. And Stella is still a Stella. It's under the Shimano logo. So, my rant is, guys, if you want the JDM series stuff or whatever, it's fine. Don't expect Shimano to take care of it. They're not going to. And if they do, it's going to take a while. And I couldn't be happier with the twin power. Now, I don't know if this is a Japan model spec twin power, again, because it's the SWB version. XG, which is the fast retrieve, because I have seen some twin powers in the local tackle shops, and they do look different. Not by much, but I just don't know a great deal about the twin power, but I did a lot of studies on the Stellas. Today I went online and I typed up in Google, Shimano Stella SWB XG making noise. Apparently the guys that have the 5,000s and the 8,000s, the 10,000s, the 14,000 and 30,000s have zero issues, none. But a lot of the guys were complaining about this 4,000 size, saying that it is rough out of the box, and some of them are making noise. Some of them take a long time to break in. So I just don't know what it is. And I wish I could put the camera down and spin it so you could hear it. The noise isn't that obvious when it is off the rod, but when it is on the rod, it's very obvious. And when it happens is after I cast my lure out and I retrieve my lure in, it starts making that bad bail sound, or it could be something totally different. I let a friend play with it a couple of days ago, and he cast it out and retrieved it, and he says, it sounds like you have a bad bearing. To me, it sounds like it has a bad, whatever that bearing is right there in that bail. I guess it's called a bail bearing. Let's see here. What else can I check on? I want to recap. I did put a little oil inside there, and nothing's changed. I did take it apart. It is a gorgeous reel. Otherwise than that, I have caught fish on it. It works as it should. I checked to find out about the fakes. I even called Shimano. They asked to read some of the numbers off the manual I have. It's not a fake. It is a legit reel. So all of you that might skimp out on this video and start saying, oh, you probably got a Chinese knockoff or you got a fake or whatever. I spent 15 minutes on the phone. Well, I'm just saying 15 minutes. Could have been 10 minutes. Could have been 20 minutes. I spoke a while with the guy on the phone. It is a legit Stella. And I really don't know what else to say except for I'm just kind of frustrated and just upset, kind of wishing I would have went with the 5,000 now. At the end of the day, if I had another $600 or $700 to spend on another reel, hands down, by far, twin power, no questions asked. If I didn't have that type of money, Sustain's the way to go. Sustain's going to do basically, for most Florida fishermen, off of a boat, in the flats, next to the mangroves, or just jigging off ashore, what they want it to do. Even the basic Stratic, the $100-something reel, or even the $99 Nasky is going to be more than enough. It really is. Again, all this, I need this kind of drag, and I need that, and blah, 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 is kind of crap. But for me, hands down, the winner is the twin power by far. I don't know if I'd purchase another Stella, and if I did, I would probably get the American model just so if I do have problems, I can call Shimano and say, listen, here's what it is. It should be under warranty. I'm going to ship it in, get me a new one. Or I heard that sometimes they even just give you a brand new one. And let's touch on Shimano's warranty for all those that are going to say, oh, Shimano sucks, and my friend did this, and my friend did that, and blah, blah, blah. And I seen this Shimano break on his boat, and blah, blah, blah. We know 90% of those stories are crap because you're a fan favorite of something else. I'm not saying reels don't go bad, but they do. But Shimano's warranty, I had a Shimano Tiagra 80 wide that on the left-hand side of the cover it started to sound like things were rattling around inside, and it was a brand new reel. And I called them up and they said, yes, we're using new hex screws inside there, and that is a problem. We've already had a few returned. Mail yours in. We're gonna send you a shipping label for free. Mail yours in with the shipping label on the box. All you gotta do is place it on there, send it to us, give us your address. We'll mail you a brand new one. And they did. In fact, they did it within 3 days. I sent it in, and after they received it, because I kept I was following the tracking number. I was going to say checking tracking, but I was following tracking number. When they received it, I called them and said, hey, my tracking number shows that you guys had it. I'd like to use this new reel as soon as possible. It's a brand new reel to me. Can you please get this one out? They send it out the same day. I had it within 3 days, which was super fast shipping. I had another problem with Shimano, and it was on a Tiagra 130. Had a handle issue. I called them. They took care of it right away. They sent me a whole new handle for free. Everything was taken care of, so I'm not worried about Shimano's customer service. Again, as I stated in the beginning of this video, I did know before I ordered it that it was a Japan model and that they weren't going to do anything for me, but my greed told me it would be cool to have a Japan model because Shimano, it's going to be a superior reel. There's nothing going to be wrong with it. But at the end of the day, guys, if you were to ask me which one would I ever take again, or what do I like the best, the Shimano Twin Power, hands down. For what I do, it might not work for you, and again, they come in different sizes. Obviously, this video is not to promote Shimano, because I am talking a little bit negative about my experience with the Stella. And I'm not trying to promote the Sustain, which it is an awesome reel. For the money, it's the best reel going in Shimano's lineup. Like I stated earlier in the video, I think it is the best reel for the money. Or the Twin Power is my absolute favorite, though, that I would take hands down out of any of the lineup that I can get my hands on. So I don't know if this is totally making sense the way that I'm labeling this. It might just be my gut feeling because I know what I use them for, and I'm taking the money out of the picture and how it feels. The Twin Power is the way to go. Just an awesome, awesome reel. So, thanks for watching the videos. Please ask me any Please ask me any questions you have. Guys, please like I said, please keep back from the laughing and, oh, you should have bought a Daiwa. Again, I do have Daiwas. I can walk in the room, take pictures of my Daiwas. I use my Daiwas. I love them. I have pins. I use pins. I love them. So let that be known. And I understand about Daiwa's customer service, and I understand about Mitchell's customer service, and I understand about Penn's customer service, and I know who takes care of who. In fact, I know a lot of the reps at the local tackle shops and some of the guys that work in the service departments and what have you. I just want to say, if you're going to go with the Japan Stella, I might just have a fluke. There's a couple guys that have the same issue. Just go with the 5000 if you are going to get the JDM model, or maybe something a little bit bigger. So again, here's just some lineup that I have, and I appreciate you watching the video and just listening to me ramble on about some of my experiences. Have a great day, guys. Tight lines.